What did you guys do? Weekends? You?
Nothing.
You did nothing?
He knows all.
What did you do? Weekends? Huh? You were practicing? First class? Can you sit somewhere here? You would see the board.
बढ़िया सा
What's your name? What's your name? You from? Chennai. What did you study? What's your background? What did you do? Weekends? Just take 2 days continuously. यार देखा पड़ा So let's continue the class. Everyone open VS Code and PG Admin. How many of you tried creating login API? Anyone tried? Didn't try? Whatever, I sent the notes right. You tried? No. At least you could have tried, right? Okay. Before we continue the class, let's recall few things. What all we discussed when we started Django. In Django, what all we learned? What by one? Come on, guys. Yeah. Tell me. What all you learned in Django? Sorry? Connecting to? Connecting to server. Okay. Run server. What else? Migrating. Installing packages. What did we learn in Django? Tokens. What else? Authentication. JDoW tokens done. Serializer. Huh? Request response. Anything else? Anything else? Models, URLs, views, settings. What else? Admin. What else? Is not coming.
It's coming, sir. Little late.
What else? Come on, come on, come on. Postman. Then JSON. Okay. What else? Huh? PJ. Okay. Then okay. Let's start from here. Tell me, what is run server? Whatever you think it is. Sorry, we run? Yes, correct. To run it, we need to run that command. Okay. So basically, run server is a command. Listen it. You answer. What is migrate? Say what is migrating? We have two commands: make migrations and migrate. Why do we use that command? You have to be very quick. You entered this command, right? You book. You did practically, right? Ignore the book. I will explain. You entered this command python manage.py make migration and migrate. What happens at that time? Change command. Code specifically in here. Whenever we do things in Django, see, writing code ChatGPT can do. The thing is, we are like next level engineers. Okay, we need to understand the flow. No need to mug up code, nothing. Everything ChatGPT will do. You need to understand what exactly is happening, not blindly writing the commands. Whenever we write python manage.py make migration or migrate, first thing, when we create new tables in models.py, when we create new tables, at that time we have to write the command make migration. At that time we are telling Django, I created new table, prepare it. Okay, when I do migrate, actual table creation happens. Typically, how do we create table? In SQL we do, right? We go to pgadmin or command line, we do, what's the command to create table? Create table, table name, right? Here we don't do that. We write things in Django, in Python. Okay, we tell Django, do this action, create the table, it will do on its own. That concept is called ORM. Okay. So when we do migrate, actual table creation happens. That's the difference between that two commands. That's why we have it. It's completely related to database. If you make any other code changes, no need to write that command. Whenever you touch your table, either you modify the table or you delete some field, you add new table. At that time only we have to touch to that two commands. Okay. Install packages. What all package did we install?
Git.
Huh?
Git.
No. Python packages.
Python language.
Django and another REST framework. Yeah. Anything else you remember? I'll come to you. Plenty more. Any other comments do you remember? Yeah, let him answer.
I don't remember, sir.
Okay. We have one packages which will connect Django with the database, right? Which is that package? What database are we using?
SQL. Like a PG admin we are using.
PostgreSQL. The database name is PostgreSQL. What is PGAdmin?
It's a like server which connects the PG admin to the.
It helps to connect with Postgres. Okay, it's a desktop app. That's it. It is not a database. It's just an app. It will help to communicate with the database. Another way to communicate with the database with command line. It's very boring way. Command line. That's why we have PGAdmin. Okay, it's just a tool. So that package name is PsycopG2. If you remember. Okay. Next question. Tokens. How many tokens do we have?
2.
Which are all those?
The refresh token and access token.
Okay. Why do we need access token?
Actually, access token is used for logging, and it remains up to 20 minutes. And after that, refresh token will build that thing.
Okay. Why do we need refresh token?
To that user did not log out from the from that app or.
Okay. How refresh token is helping by not logging it automatically? How it is helping?
Basically, it is.
Okay. Just answer simply. If I give refresh token, what do I give? I'm a front end. Okay. You are a back end. I will give you refresh token. What you will give me?
You will give that access to.
Access. Okay.
We produce a token for that.
When I give refresh token, I get access token and refresh token. This is based on our setting,
Yes, sir.
but definitely we will get access token. Why do we do that? Because access token dies very soon. We need a new access token. Okay. Authentication. Can you tell the difference between authentication and authorization? Louder. Thinking. Okay.
Just verify data is correct. Data is following some rules. This is the authorization.
So there is nothing like data here. Here only we are talking about user. Just user comes here. Nothing else comes. When I talk about authentication and authorization, only user comes. So what is the difference between that two?
So authentication is like
If you have notes, you can refer. Okay. You can Google. Answer after 2 minutes. Okay. Why do we need serializer? Front end and back end. What? Sorry? Request. Yeah. Okay. Correct. 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 Good answer. Request are very simple. Models. In models.py, what contains? I mean, check your code now. Open models.py. See what's there inside. Tables, that's it. Next. URLs. What contains inside that file?
contains
path. Basically, API endpoint will be there. Next, views. What is contained inside view? Yeah, you. Can you answer?
Authentication means verifying user credentials.
Correct.
Like if the user enter for login, username and password
Correct.
is correct, then we like
Then authenticated. Next, what is authorization?
authorization category.
C. Yeah, tell me, open new views and tell me what's contained inside that.
Sir,
Yeah.
authentication means what are the permission allowed to user.
Correct.
User can perform this task.
That's it. Yeah. What methods? No methods. Methods will be there everywhere. Inside views, request will see you will be having 100 APIs. That URL file will say where this request should go exactly. That list will be there. Okay. That particular API endpoint or URL will be pointing to one place, one section of the code. That section of the code is written in views, the core logic. When this request comes, what should happen? User enters data, right? Everything we collect in views. Request will come inside views. Database operation happens, all the logic happens. Then we will send the response. So in views, the actual code will be there. The API code. Got it? Understood? Okay, next settings. Can you name few things available in settings? No idea. Okay. You can you answer? Settings, any idea? Can you be louder? Let everyone listen. Correct. Correct. Okay. All the setting related database settings, middlewares, everything will be inside this. Okay. And admin, what do we do in admin panel? Any idea? No idea. Okay. You can answer? I mean, you have worked with admin panel, right? So, what are you doing there exactly? What you get in admin page? Where is user is getting created? At the end, where it is stored? Where the data is stored? Database. Say confidently. So basically in admin panel, you get to interact with your tables. You can create, you can delete, you can edit, you can view. What is this? Data will be in the database. You will get to see that. You will get to play around it. That's what you do. Okay. And why do we need Postman? You forget it. Why do we need Postman? Okay. Can you answer? Postman. Test the correct. We can test the API in Postman. Then can you say the full form of JSON? Okay. So where do we use JSON? Where do we use JSON? Have you used Postman? You use Postman, right? There you use JSON only, right? PGAdmin. Why do we need PGAdmin? To manage what? Basically, tools to manage database. Okay. ORM. Can you say? I just explained. ORM. Can you say the full form? Yes, no? Okay. Why? Why do we have that concept? Yeah, database concept. How ORM is helping us? I mean, what job the ORM is doing? Whatever you understood, you can say. You can say in Tamil also, not an issue. Understanding is important. Say. No idea? Can you answer? ORM. Where do we have that concept? Database? Okay, connect பண்ணி correct தான். எப்படி help பண்ணுது அது? எந்த மாதிரி help பண்ணுது? Can you answer? Or I just explained now only. While explaining this thing. No idea? Can you answer? That's it, simple. Usually, what database understands? SQL. What Python understands? Python language. There is a gap between those two. The translation is done by that concept ORM. Simple, no? Python will be there. We need to write Django code in Python. Database won't understand Python. Database understand SQL. We need a translator. Who is that? ORM. Who is actually doing the translator? It's a concept. Who is actually doing it? The engine which we mentioned in the database settings. Okay. See, writing code is not a big deal. We need to understand the concept. Why do we do that thing? If something goes wrong, if something breaks, we need to understand where to hit the hammer. You getting it? Okay. So the flow is very important. We need to understand each and everything. Now, how many people can confidently explain tokens? Raise your hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I am not getting what work are you guys doing. Seriously, I am not getting. What are you guys doing? And it was there to do something, right? Okay. Listen, I will explain tokens again because this is very important. If you did not understand any concept, just raise your hand at that moment only. I will explain. If you want to explain in multiple languages, I can do. The thing is, you need to understand. Okay. So tokens. Why tokens? Because we will be having so many API endpoints. Okay. Each API endpoint will do multiple jobs. For example, one API will create the test. One API will add questions. One API will submit the answer. One API will assign the marks. One API will publish the result. Okay, so like this we will be having so many endpoints, so many APIs will be there. Okay, the backend won't understand who sent this request. Backend won't understand who sent the request. Okay. If backend won't understand who sent the request, then how the backend will understand whether this user is genuinely correct or not, or is it someone hacked, or how much permission should I give? whether this request sent by student or whether it is sent by teacher, or how much permission should I give to this person, whether this person has this access or not, all these things will decide by this token. Unless you pass the token, backend won't understand what to do. It will be like clueless. Okay, it will be clueless. So that we need to send the token. Every request, front end should pass the token to the backend. Every request, front end should pass token to backend. In that token, one data will be there, user ID, which is hidden, encrypted. So when backend gets that token, it will understand, okay, this is the user sent the request. Now question comes, anybody could do that forgery, right? Anybody can do your signature and take your money. Or if teacher gives you the marks card and tell we need your parent signature, you could write that signature, they couldn't verify. We have that issue. Anybody could do that forgery, right? So that's why this needs to be very safe token. Now question comes, how to make it very safe, and when do the user gets that token? To send the token every request, for that front end should get the token first, correct? So you have that token, then only you could give. So when the front end will get the token? During the login or registration. During login or sign up. While logging, you enter the username and password. If this is correct, then front end will get token. Okay. So when I say token, two tokens are there. There are multiple concepts. I personally prefer, or industrial standard is using JWT token. Okay. This is one of the tokens. In this token concept, there are two tokens. When the username and password are done, we get two tokens. One is access token, one is refresh token. This user ID, I said no, that will be inside this access token. Okay. Now, if this is inside access token, then why do we need refresh token? Question comes. Because access token's lifetime is very less. It will die very soon. Within 10 to 15 minutes, it will die. Why? Because if someone steal your access token, they could send a request on your behalf. Okay? Say Instagram story. If someone stole your Instagram's access token, they could log in you and see your details for next 10 to 15 minutes. You can't avoid it. So that's why the timing is very less. The lifespan is very less, 15 minutes. If it dies very soon, user have to log in every 15 minutes, which is bad experience. That's why we have a concept refresh token. Okay? What refresh token does is, when it is about to die, when the access token is about to die, front end should give the refresh token to the back end and take the new access token. So the new access token will be having 20 more minutes. When it is about to die, give again refresh token, take access token again. Keep the cycle repeating, so the user will never log out. Is this clear? Okay. Any other concept doubts? I'll explain. Yeah. Serializers. Serializers has multiple purpose, but the main purpose is why serializer is introduced, because we send the request. Request comes from client, okay? Will or client, basically we are here using Postman. We send this request in the format of JSON, okay? Or any front-end framework will send the request in the JSON format. As I said, Python won't understand JSON, okay? Python will come here. Python or request will come here. Python won't understand Django. That's why whatever the input data, this JSON will be sent by Postman's request body, that body section. Okay. From the body, we write the data, right? This is the first name, this is the last name, this is the username, this is the password, this is the email. That data we have to pass first inside the serializer file. Okay. So till here this is in the JSON format only. Once it comes inside serializer and goes after, once the processing is done, now Python, it will become a Python object. Okay, it will come inside as a JSON. Since Python won't understand JSON, we will pass inside serializer. Whatever the internal code will be there, that will convert into Python object. Now it will go inside views actual logic, whatever the logic will be there. Now Python can perform the action. It can interact with the database. Okay. So that's why we have a serializer. One more thing, serializer not just do this translation, it also does the server side validation. Validations like this field is mandatory, this should be 20 characters, this cannot be null, this can be null. Such kind of validations, all those logic will be written inside this. Okay. So this is the main purpose of serializer. Main two purpose. One is translation, and also when it goes back outside, this doesn't understand Python object, it should pass through a serializer. Okay. That concept is called deserialization. So this acts like a translator. Whatever the input data we dump inside this, we do the translation and also the validation part. If some fields are not passed in the request, we will directly throw and say this is a bad request. Okay, that's what we do in the serializer. Once all the things are done in the serializer, we will write serializer.valid. Serializer.valid. We will be checking this. If this condition becomes true, then only we will be processing the data inside views, or else we will be saying it's a bad request. 400. This is the concept of serializing. Got it? Just understand this part. Incoming data put inside serializer. When you are sending outside, when you are sending outside, pass it through serializer. Okay. Validation we can do in any part, we can do in views also, but ideal place is to do in the serializer only. Okay. Any other concept explanation required? Migrations. Okay. Listen here. These two commands are very important. Okay. One is make migrations and migrate. Now, first step is while creating any Django project. First step is create the tables. Where we write the tables? Where do we write the tables? Models. Inside models, we write the tables. Correct? Once we wrote all the table, okay, till here we just wrote the table. It's just a Python code. That's it. Okay, did not become a table yet. Just a Python. Okay. Now you want to it is done. Model creation, model code is done. Now you want to create actual table. Create actual table in database. You need it you need that table. To make it happen, you need to run these two commands. Make migrations and migrate. What happens when we write make migration is one file, one folder will get created. Migration, that folder name is migrations. Inside that migrations, it will be written and it will prepare everything. It will prepare everything. When I say prepare, whatever you might be written, listen here carefully, you might be written only 5 lines and few, 1 or 2 validation, 1 or 2 constraints. Okay. Now when I do make migration, inside this, it will write everything. Whatever it is required to convert to SQL code, everything will be written. This is created by Django only. That preparation, entire preparation is done by Django. You just have to write this command. So that in that file, so many things will be there. You don't have to know everything. Just know that it's a preparation file. When you write migrate, when you do migrate, Django will take this file. For example, this is the one of the file. When I do make migration, this file will be getting created. When you do migrate, Django will take this file, and create the tables inside the database. That's it. Migration is preparation, migrate is actual table creation. Now, after a few days, you come and you touch your models. For example, you add one more field or one more choice. Okay. For example, admin. Or you create one more table, one more row. Okay. Some random things. User place. Okay. After a few days, you come and do this. Some changes came. Someone said, your manager might say that in user table, I need a new field called place. Okay, from where that person belongs to. So I will add that field. Now that place column is available only in Django. It's not created in database yet. Now you want to make that extra column in database. For that again you have to do the same. Run make migration, new file will get created. Okay, something like this. One more file will be created on top of that. And when you do migrate, that extra row which you created just now, this one, place, this column you be able to see in your database. So, rule is very simple. Whenever you touch your tables, you have to run these two commands. Unless you touch the tables, you don't have to run that command. Okay? Anything you do in models.py, you have to run these two commands. Otherwise, that changes won't be reflected in your database. Okay? Next concept. Yeah.
What is the difference between JSON and Python?
JSON and
How it's used like Python.
Python data types what we have? Int, string. Under that JSON won't come. Dictionary is there. JSON is completely different. What to say? File format. Okay. So by default, this doesn't understand. You need someone to do that translation. If you want to convert to dictionary, you can do it. But in Django, how much ever we need, that much framework is providing. We are following that step. If you want to convert to dictionary, you can do that. Not do it.
Python object is different from this.
Python object is different from dictionary. If you want to convert to dictionary, you can do it. You can convert to other object also. Whenever I say Python object, the things Python understands. No, that I am talking about. Whatever Python understands in string, dictionary. Not only talking about dictionary. Okay. Whatever Python understands, that translation is done by serialization. Whatever it meant. Okay. Mostly it will create the object of type its database class. Quite complicated. This is a class, right? If you create a object out of it, Python will understand it. So mostly serialization will create such kind of object.
And then pattern will understand.
Python will understand. You are getting the point. Class. Should I explain that? Okay. Okay. Last questions. Then let's see how much you understood. So tell me, how can we connect one table to another table? How many different relations we have? Huh? Foreign key relation. What is another name of that? One to many. Any other relation we have? Many to many. Another? One to one. Okay. Many to one to many, both same. One to many to one, both same. Okay. We have three different type of relation. Whenever you connect one table to another table, by default one table will become like a parent. Correct. First one table will be there. We connect one table to that. Any relation. One of them will become like a child. For example, question table, option table. Question top, option teacher. Okay. So you tell me, if I delete the question, should the option be deleted? Should delete. Okay. Question is there. Question is there, option is there. If I delete this should delete. Correct. That is one of the thing. Another question, if I ask you, test is created. Test is created by one teacher. Okay. Now after 10 days, teacher leaves the college. If I delete the teacher, should the test be deleted? No. Right. So we have another case. We have one more case. One more case is like, what can we say? For example, unless you delete the child, parents should not be died. If you have some such kind of relation, especially it will come under payment related thing, okay? Unless your, for example, you made a payment. You user, first user comes, you made a payment. Now payment table is very important. If I ask you, if I delete user, should the payment be deleted? The thing is, it's kind of important, right? Just by if you delete user, if payment is getting deleted, their book will not match the numbers, tally won't happen. So here in this kind of situation, unless you delete this should not be able to delete. So I said three relation here, three case here. One is cascade. First one, for delete parent, child also should delete. Second one, set null. If parent is deleted, inside what will you will write there? Where child should not delete. For example, teacher is gone. Test should be exist. So what you will write there? Who created the test? Just write null. Okay. Third is protect. Okay. Here, for example, in this table, this option table is foreign key connection. Foreign key means one to many. I made it model dot cascade. That means if question is deleted, option will be deleted. So based on how you want, insert the on delete, you will write that. Here you write set null or protect. So that is the concept. Yeah, any other concept? Any other concept here? The last question now again. Any concept you want me to explain? Sure. Sure. JSON is nothing but an what to say? Just a it's a file format. I will show how JSON will look like. So this is how the JSON will look like. It's like a Python's dictionary only. Key will be there, value will be there. This is JSON. Okay? This is key, this is value. This is key, this is value. That's it. We pass request in the JSON data format. In the key we will write username, value we write the username answer. What is the actual username? Here we write password, right side we write what is the actual password. It's just a data format. Okay. This is how it would look like. Next concept. Any concept? Should I explain? No? Your answer? Yeah, you want me to explain any concept? Yes, sir. I'll explain in my system only. Yeah, 1 second. So, yeah, listen here. So, I'm going to explain how did we reach till here, okay? So, first step is creating the virtual environment. First step. After creation, we activate it. After activating, we install. What we need? Django. Pip install Django. Okay? After Django is installed, we write the command Django admin start project and project name. At that time, this project, this will be created, this structure will be created, this one, this folder. Okay? Now, inside this won't be there. This manage.py, everything will be there. Now to check whether this is installed correct or not, just get inside this, get inside test project, see, test project. Where is this manage.py? It's in test project. So we have to run every command in this folder only, in this level only, test project, not somewhere else. Okay, wherever we have manage.py, there only we have to write all the commands, make migration, run server, everything. If it is to check running or not, command is python manage.py run server. Okay, open that link in the browser, you will be able to see something. Okay, then it's running properly. Now, next is database connection. This is the place where we set up our database credentials. Okay. To write the name, database name, first thing we need to have a database first. How to create a database? We can go to pgadmin or we can through command line we can create database name. Okay. So that details we will give here. To run this, to run that, we need a package that also we install. Okay. Then after this, yeah, once this is done, we need to create a new app inside the project. We need to create a new app. For that we have a command python manage.py start app name. Why we need separate app is all the core logic we will be writing here. We won't be touching this one, our main folder. That's why we need a separate app. We created this. In this, first we need to open this models.py. Whatever models, tables we require for this application, we need to write it here. Okay. Once that is done, we have to tell the Django create these tables in the database. For that we have a command make migrations and migrate. Simple. Now table is created. Okay. Now we talked about the JWT token. We need to tell Django we are using JWT token. That's why we need to set up that things in settings. Here we are telling we are using JWT authentication method, and this is the settings for that. How much lifetime your access token should have, how much lifetime your refresh token should have, should the refresh token die after one's usage, everything we will set up here. Okay. Now after this we will register all the tables inside this file. Once you do this, you can able to open your Django admin panel. Okay. To open admin panel, you need to have a super user. To create super user, we have a command for that also. Create super user. Python manage.py create super user. Okay. By doing this, you can create a super user. During the taking that, you can log in. After this, we try to create one API, register API. Okay. This is the core logic of register API. What are we taking? Whatever we decided to take 6 fields total. Whatever data we are getting from the request, this is request data. This is the data we are getting from the postman that we are passing inside the serializer. Here we put it. Here we mention username, I need email, I need password, role, first name, last name, and all the validation part I have written here. Email is required, first name is required, last name is required, role should be either student or teacher. Okay, all the validation part is done here. Incoming data will get inside this. Then again it will come. As I said, once all the validation is passed, I am creating a new user and returning the token. When the user sign ups, I have to return the token, access token and refresh token. For that I have wrote a function. In this function it will generate refresh token and access token. Okay, that I am passing here in the response. Along with the token, I am passing few more details. What is the username, what is the first name, last name, sent that particular user has. If things fails, I am returning 400 bad request. Along with the error, what error you did, whether the first name is not passed or password is very small, all those details will be sent by serializers. Here. Okay. If you guys are not done till here, you can do. If you guys are done, create login API. No. First thing, request will comment with the middleware. Here in Django we have some middleware layers. The settings are provided. You will pass through one by one. This is a security checker. No, nothing like that. First request will comment with the middleware layer. We'll check if everything is okay, fine.
What it is exactly?
Open settings. Yeah. The first it is the security middleware. I don't know what is happening inside. Okay. Something related to settings. Is something related to session. We are not using session management. We are using JWT. I think this is not required for us. Common middleware, no idea. CSR is very important concept. I will explain it. Okay. On the backend information code, I will explain that. It's a cyber security concept. Path middleware layer, as I said, authentication. We are using JWT, right?
So the data will go each layer.
First it will go here.
This will very
If
careful, this will go
if
here.
it is fails the first layer only, then there only exit.
Okay, we can arrange by our how.
You can do it, but no touch points. And what is this thing? No idea. They completed last year. You can know what it is. Try to create login API. While creating login API, take username, take password as request. In response, send access token and refresh token, and send username and role. Many projects, existing projects are there. Thing is, you take one problem state, existing also fine. Practice only. For example, now we are creating a test plan. So like that, take any other use case. Okay. Take one real world example. You have known on Netflix. Like that, in Amazon model, we need to order, reboot the items, like pay business. Thing is, start doing the project so that only we will get. There is no other way. What I do is, for example, if I don't know something, and that's how I learn project. Start creating the project. Take the existing project where you are. Try to understand how the things are connected easily. Or the thing is, create another motive. Like, this is I want to create. Now you know nothing. This is the goal. So I guess your only thing is you want to create this. While creatively you learn a lot of things. So this is why this is not only this is why it is like this. By practicing only, by making mistake only we learn. DSA is completely, it's like parallel one. Project is different. Practice DSA lead code is
Class.
there you would there is syntax project that core concept you would learn. Python basics is not enough. There you are thinking to be detailed. Yeah, to learn logic building, DSA is better. DSA is better. If you have to build systems, you want to build logical building, yes. So it depends on where you want to run. You want to build systems, you don't care about the logic. still able to open this application, right?
So it was a parent company.
Okay, okay. Yes, sir. Yes, yes. All this abstraction you no need to do. I want to learn CSR as a concept. I will explain one day in class. Thing is, the concept as a backend developer, we should know. Okay, I will explain one day in class. This abstraction no need to know about much. You just have to know what it is clear does. Why is clear does. If that clear doesn't mean what happens. If you know that is clear. Even I don't know what is the abstraction. All I know is what is CSR. So if I don't have that particular clear. For example, for register data, base slash database slash register. If you want data, then you open like this. In this different body also otherwise you will get this response. Inside body, inside component, right? The values password. Next comes to here it is see what is the response to the understand.
बैकएंड है ना, तो अभी तो मेरा तो फुल है बैकएंड, मेरा दोनों है और ये से बैकएंड बर्न भी वो आता है नोट जैसा आता है। तो वो पता नहीं नोट जैसे भी यूज़ नहीं करेंगे, किसी पूछा था सर से बोले मम्मी जरा ध्यान से जाने मुझे नहीं जानता नोट इसी वहाँ पे नानी जैसे मत बनाओ इतना सा ज़्यादा ही नहीं है
Sir, I'm a German student.
Companies, they are using Django. See, the thing is, I will tell you one thing. Doesn't matter which framework you choose as your first choice. Okay? Everywhere concept is same only. If you learn Django REST framework, we can apply the concept of middleware same request response like same ORM same. Just the syntax will be different. Everything will be same. You need to understand the flow properly. Learning what you want because it's a personal choice. I wanted to learn this because I feel this is very easy and very fast I can create an application, very fast. You feel this is tough?
नोट जैसे better is it better easy to code
I tried that, but I feel this. The concept is same everywhere. I chose this because one main reason is I make that. Another is everything is there in this. I just have to connect. Right? Again, it's a personal choice. The thing is, because of AI, Django is getting more popular. Django fast API fast is ridiculous. Getting popular.
Because of one of the companies there who take 30,000 people from their company. Oracle, yes. And 12,000 from India. This is because of AI.
See, the thing is, if one job before 2 years, 10 people are doing one job. Now that one job, only one people can do using the AI. So that's why 9 people do the job. That's why the thing. Huh?
He is just teaching he completed DSA. He has, I'm telling his good thing. He completed DSA. He has completed 600 questions before he failed.
Great, yeah. Seriously. Then you can try become very smart. Still you can apply internship, SE intern.
I say again, but he is saying that we will do
After completion, nobody cares. The thing is, on 4th year only, you should get an internship. There you will get full time. You joined in 23, now 26. So you are the last year, final year.
No, no, he has 1 year there.
When you get after joining.
Yes, sir. He has some conditions. Like the bag.
So you learn the same class again and again.
No, he completed first year.
Okay.
And second year, first semester. He back out from there. And he takes 1 year gap.
He
Break.
continues from there only.
Yes.
Second year, first semester.
Yes, sir. He will continue from July. Second
simple
semester.
simple
I don't wait for graduation. After graduation, you take it. While you are in third and fourth year, only you should get it.
Before of me, he is little bit
But without, you need to sell yourself. Otherwise, how is the person in front of you understands? That's
स्टार्ट किया था
one question I spent 1 hour, but I can't get any solution. After that I closed that. But I'm doing coding that. Coding that one question. Coding that for Python and Java. On that I will do.
वो कहता है स्पीड यूज होना है
Whenever company hires, they check your public profiles. All they ask is yes or no. Big companies. Big companies for SC interns. All they ask is yes, that's nothing else. Only yes. All these things are for startup, medium business. They don't care about all this projects and this. Yes, they don't use it.
ये कौन सा है जिंदगी है जिंदगी क्या था मुझे मैं भी किया मतलब मेरा भाई का बहुत था वीडियो में भी ये तो नहीं किया मैं स्ट्राइवर का सुबह बदल किया था भाई ये क्या पहले पहले इजी है भाई
भाई क्या पढ़ा था?
डाटा एक्सट्रा दिखाएगा मैथ
अच्छा मतलब बेसिक से क्वेश्चन स्टार्ट
इसमें अगर तो नहीं पता इसका वीडियो भी है तो बहुत वो कॉम्प्लेक्स है ये बंदा ये में काम
Python, right?
ये सही और ये सही करता है C++ करता है तो वो समझ के
C++
नहीं वो मैं समझ के क्यों Python में करता हूँ
ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಹುಡುಗಿಯರು ಯಾರು ಬರ್ತಾರೆ ಹಾಗೆ ಎದೇದೋ ಇದೇದೋ ಯೂಸರ್ ನೇಮ್ ಪಾಸ್ವರ್ಡ್ ಹೇಳಿದೆ ಚಾಟ್ ಜಿಪಿಟಿ ಹೇಳಿದೆ make it work. It doesn't matter what tool you use.
जल्दी भी है उसमें जो था ना वही से यूज़ किया मैं यूज़ किया टाइपोलॉजी मैंने किया उतना नहीं किया डेप्थ तक नहीं किया चलो कैसे क्या होता है कृष्णा एक्शन इसी का कर बंदा अच्छा जनरेटिव का डायरेक्शन दिखाता है सब कुछ
Creating APIs. Login API is done. Try creating create test. Test creating API. Nothing left. Just keep on creating API. That's it. This that's will be used for APIs.
I'm getting this address, but I don't know, but it's working fine. Only the from every Python file.
VS Code issues. It is this there? This is there.
Yes, it's there. This is there. No. It was there. No, it is not there.
yes.
और मेरे ये चेंज किया था
Right.
PPT regarding this errors. So that was the changing my privacy settings. Actually, interested in this.
ये ऊपर वाला वो है देसी है और ये ब्लैक है।
आमिर राम की कसम
मुझे कोई नहीं पता ना, इसको भी हम लोग के हाथ से मारे, ये बस 3 बार मारा, एक बार उसके बाद कर रहे
फिर बोल देगा
फिर दौड़ा के मारे। मारना आसान है।
इसी में और बड़ा था ना फिर चलता है
एक रात में 11 हो गया भाई, हजार पनीर खा
Login entry code is pushed. You can copy it.
You can leave? Yes, of course. You are not parent. That's what he's saying. You will go and sir, you can leave.
इतना बड़ा नहीं 40 लाख हम लोग करते ये दिया था दरबार में था
अभी भाई पहले कहते प्रो मॉडल लेके आए थे तो तुमने ये
चलो
Conflict, conflict. If you have any doubt, you can just link the conflict or volunteer testing.
Per day basis.
I
Per day.
per day.
How many hours?
But that we had 3-4
Daily
times.
how many hours are you?
Around 12 hours.
12 hours. Maybe per day also.
We have complaints with them because I have one mentor, he provides me.
You would have worked with them.
Yeah, I found
I mean, there are few corporate events happening. We go there just 6-7 hours to eat. Corporate events. Big companies they do party restaurants. They don't go as a breakfast.
for one guy only.
Management.
I was very active. However, I can't have
If you're done, you can leave. Photos will be saved. So, right now I had this one. This is NMIT. Okay. I added one. This I added day before yesterday. What I did is I gave this to God, this entire file. What I said is create one more clone. This is like a sample config for this college. Create another college sample config. Okay, so that you get different type of test cases. Here, if you see, this is a different college. This will behave like a new tenant. Okay. If you want to test, this is created for me. If you want to do apply the, if you want to do some testing, create a new config. Okay. Exactly create a file like this. The rule is very strict here. If it is role, it should be role also. If permission only. Permission should be in this list only. I can send you the prompt because these things are all there in the admin panel. Okay. I'll send you the prompt. Just tell it create for a new call. For example, the thing is, assume now you have a new config. You create one new config, paste it. Now you want to inject it to our system. Our system should take it. Onboarding, we are doing. To do onboarding, that is the onboard tenant space config slash.
The native onboarding.
That is there. That is there inside inside management, inside command. This file will be running. You are passing that config to this file. It will take care of it. When any error is thrown, you will see the error. You have to change the config. So if you want to create new, add new tenant for test, for new and something like that. In that college, rules are different. Suppose in MIT, for girls, parents approval is needed. Are we not needed? Like that. So you can create different types of cases. Yeah, I did not give answer here. Now the config is ready. Okay. Tenant onboarding happened. Now student should come inside for that particular college. For that, I have created a sample. So you can create your own heading should be same. Okay. This sample data. Now, for example, for your institution, you want to inject it. For that, you can create your own new case. Now, let's work on batch API creation is done. You have to check whether it is working or not. If it is not working, now it is
Job ID is exactly not getting.
where we show us job ID. understand, the point is very simple. Batch is separate model. Okay, it's my mistake. The thing is, batch is a separate model. For that model, permission is to do it. Okay, I will only do it. Now, what you need to understand is only manager with the batch permission. If the permission allows batch.manage, then only he can do the job. Okay. Job means there will be 10 managers. Out of that, only 2 managers will have that permission. Batch.manage. Right now, that batch.manage is not there. That should be created. Okay. So all the manager won't be having permission. Only the manager who have that permission. That's not managed. Okay. Now, what we can do is I will say. Now, for example, let's say you both are that manager. You have the permission. You open that. You will see that batch manager. You click on that. Now, list of batch. One area. So no. List of batch. Okay. List of batch. What is batch? For example, you are in third year. Okay. You joined January. So last week January. Now again tomorrow or 1 week later, first year student will come. It's a separate batch. After 1 month, it's not like every student is not in the same sector. Everyone's academic year is different. After 1 month, new architecture students will come. New batch will be. So this is the batch. When it's a start, when you go from second year to third year, your existing batch will be deleted. Your new batch will be deleted. Because your academic year starts that way. For that batch, you will start with now that is called batch. Like that, many batches will be there. When you open batches, you want to create new batch. For certain will be add new batch. For that one, in that, what are we asking? We have the area. It's not open, right? Okay. No, you should not click that. Every time. When you test, you will get it. You need to create a batch. You will have a batch table. If you see batch table, you will understand what all you should do. This is the batch. What is the order? Student batch. This is inside common. So we are creating this. What I do, create batch. We are creating this. This we should take name. It's already there. We should take not take, it will automatically detect it. Created by, it should detect automatically. Status by default it will be open. What is that? This one, premium X. So when user, when manager wants to create new batch, that he will give the name. One batch is created. Now he opens that batch. Inside batch, what he can do is he can upload the student's data. To upload CSV file, you will give an option upload CSV file. This is how. That file he will upload. Here, through command line we can upload. We have that command, but manager will upload through the phone or the system. Excel sheet. CSV he will upload. This is batch relation. Just give name, and after that, that's student upload. In this API, we will upload CSV. Now, two things happen. One, everything gets success. One fails. Two things happen. If it is success, if it fails, what our code is doing is, we should tell the user what is wrong with the code. That code is already there. Phone number is 994. Such kind of validation. Open the activity, I will show you. Like this one, I will create. So tested. I don't know whether it downloaded it came CSV. Maybe I deleted it. I don't know. Okay. Like this, one error file will be generated. In that, yeah, one second. I have to run it again. The thing is, whatever he uploaded, exactly same thing will be there with one extra column. In that column, you will see what is there. For example, if you know wherever the error is there, for example, in this row, phone number wrong, name wrong. In this phone number will address only to date of birth format wrong. Like that, you will give the validation. So, what I use is say no element will create. For the same batch, you won't create two batches. Same batch, for example, you uploaded 1000 students, everything successful. After 10 days, a new student comes. For that batch, you can do it. So, it was 1000 people. The thing is to upload. The batch should be in the open state. If you want to lock it, we have API for that. That's lock. If you lock it, we can't upload new student. Admission failing. Archive means this batch is done. Ended. Now, once archive, then magic is done. Yes. Archive means this batch is done. Academic year is done. Now we add that student overall continuing in the hostel. New batch will be there. That is the basically fundamental of this course. When you do it, you will understand. In this, you will get the job status API. For example, 10,000 student you upload. It will take some time. Set status you can see. That job will run background in the salary. If you don't have experience, you see the code. You won't run in the request response like saying, background job will be running.
Job ID.
Job ID we have on the data we can see. API will send to the already here. Yeah, yeah. Deleted. Only super user will be deleted. So you can't talk about it. Okay, understood. Creator is super user. These are different fields. That data will be there.
So this workflow what I did, so like you know that's going to take good way. Like there was a case sensitive mismatch.
Correct. We should not have let the data inside only.
But whenever we insert that time we don't know how to insert that we should be.
That I will train for onboarding. I will tell them this should be mostly I will be on onboarding. What happened? The mistake was this, that was a good catch actually. Here it was null before. It should be exactly leave only. Suppose if it is leave something like this. The thing is, we should have the validation that validation was what? That was the second mistake. Okay. It should be exactly leave or exactly out plus. It was null. That's why that data came inside. Now, if you write something else in place of leave, will throw it. I wrote the
But this is the good case, like if we are inserting any data, like case sensitive anything, the data automatic will be, they will check the data, not in case sensitive. So that will be better result. What I did is I wrote the IS, right? So what it does, it will take the data and just check if it doesn't check the case sensitive. That is actually good message.
No, what I'm saying is, this leave, I will say where this leave came from. Okay. Why I'm saying it should be exactly leave. In our report, where is the onboarding? This code was not there before. Okay. Why this was not there and why did I bring this is this leave type come from the leave table. In leave table they have defined like this. If I show you the leave table. While applying leave, that in case sensitive, other than case sensitive value was comparing with this one. Okay, it should be exactly leave, exactly output. That's how I define. It should follow that rule. If it is not following, then we are taking the wrong data inside the system. So we should not take such data.
At least capital or at least small that doesn't matter like that. That leads to a division. But any word is capital or small doesn't matter like that.
I mean, that is okay only, but it is not a best way. What I am saying is, some time we will pass like this. Still, it is allowing. Right. So the thing is, it doesn't look good, right? It's like code for me. It's like code for me. Code means code only it should be there. Exactly should match. That's a good alternative solution. But best way is we should not let such data on the inside.
Contract to be user friendly. So if a manager wants to write a leave in bunch of points, like suppose he wrote like this.
Understood.
One L is only capital. It doesn't matter. So that was leave, not S only something like not S or something or additional words. But leave with any capital alphabet.
It will be easy to debug. I will know that it should be exactly zero. Somewhere capital small, it will be hard to people. That's why I said it's a. The thing is catching this kind of bug is the only thing.
Okay, in future any problem,
Huh. It was just a case incident. I wouldn't even thought about like it's that type of case.
okay, yeah.
I won't expect such kind of bug only. So you found out that yeah, it's a case sensitive. ChatGPT was saying 1,000 things. It was not working only. I didn't even get proper time also because API the Postman was also not ready. Bruno was also not ready. No. So I did not spend much time. But good that you got it. For me, what I say is I need actually leave. I don't know how capital L came, how something null came. Because we left it inside. Not leave that inside only. I need leave means leave only. Of course means of course only. It's like a code. That's why validation is important. It's like Mr. Validation at that level by long code. Leave is not somewhere it is connected. Leave where is our code is. Right.
We thought as a manager perspective that it should be user